know, and you've stayed true to that. So kind of missed our rider introduction. Sorry, guys, in the Pro Sport. What we are going to do, we're going to keep you up to date on each and every pass. This hole shot we're about to kick off with here. Ricky, let's see exactly who gets that Stacey Hole Shock Award. Oh, Austin Black, that's a name we are familiar with on that number 55 gas coming out of Tigard, Oregon.
You can see right here, everybody's so jammed up. A lot of things happening here these first couple laps, guys going inside, outside. It's a really nice section they've made there before the 10 Commandments, giving riders options so they don't have to follow. You can see all the ruts right there. Best thing to do is try not to follow. Pick your way through there.
Yeah, you know, we talk about that carnage and the chaos, you know, the hectic pace, and it's so important to get out there and do that early sprint and establish position. But the problem is you sprint the whole race now.
Right. You can see these guys going for position. Romano right behind Jet Reynolds. That's Romano, the number 41 Star Racing Yamaha, Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha.
Ricky, did you have an opportunity to walk the track? I know you haven't been here but a few minutes, probably.
No, well, no, I got here yesterday, and I can see just from what I'm looking at here on their screen, and it is certainly rough.
It was wicked nasty yesterday.
Right.
At the end of the day,
Right.
It was incredible.
You go by
what I was going to ask you about, on the TV, you can see a little bit of the width was added for the Pro National, of course, and the small section back here in the woods. You know, Matt Walker, Nick Way, a couple of those guys pointed out, man, they saw some new opportunities just due to that extra few feet.
Yeah, absolutely. Having that little bit wider track. Oh, look, Romano's trying to go up the inside to make the pass by Jet Reynolds. Set himself up perfectly, but Jet was able to carry a little bit more speed. He was on that outside.
I tell you, Romano out to an early lead yesterday in one of his motos. Dropped off a bit, you know, had struggled finding the rhythm is what I want to say. Was putting in some good hard laps, fast, right tough, but man, oh man, Levi Kitchen and those guys got out there yesterday. Go ahead and tell us what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, Jet Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds goes to the outside to try to make the pass on Yoder. He wasn't following. I appreciate him going to the outside, but if I'm having to guess, he probably just leaned the bike over just a little bit too much, and the wheels went right over the rut, and he hit the deck.
I got to tell you, we're talking about those ruts. Early in the day, you know, pretty much a standard rut. The walls are starting to harden up. You don't have that razor back in the middle of the rut, and you don't have that hook at the end.
Chance Hymas is the rider on the move now, the 86. Battling it out with Kitchen. This is now second place because Reynolds went down. Hunter Yoder in the lead. Good battle here.
And that's the thing about Yoder. He's got a good start. Oh, he makes a mistake. Goes to the outside. Makes a mistake going in the ruts, and he gets swallowed up by two people.
I think that's Kitchen
yeah,
and now
Hymas.
Hymas.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought Jet Reynolds was in there, but no, he fell.
Hey, this is the battle we wanted to see. Kitchen and Hymas coming into this week. We might have it here.
Exactly what we were looking for. Paused there for a second. I thought Kitchen stalled the bike there a moment ago. After that big move, what a disaster.
Well, I really like what I'm seeing from these guys. You can see this is a great drone shot, but as you watch them, when they're behind another rider, they're going in different lines. They don't want to follow riders, and that is really key, especially if the rider in front of you makes a mistake, especially in these ruts. You kind of get caught up between the rider in front of you, risk taking yourself out as well.
Weech, with today's conditions, the Bermuda Triangle, absolutely. Any one of those ruts you pick down there is just picture perfect. It depends on you, not the rut. As long as you can navigate it, dude, those are picture. But it's also been known as the Bermuda Triangle, the nastiest spot.
I'm glad you brought that up. You know, the amount of times I've seen a track builder say, look at how many lines this racetrack has. There's 8 ruts. And I'm like, are they 8 identical ruts, or are there 6 blown out ruts and 2 good ones? You never know. You know, you can see it as a glance, and it looks like 8 equal lines. It doesn't always work that way.
You just saw 3 guys come through 3 ruts at the same speed.
Yeah, that one worked. That one worked.
Well,
doesn't always go.
To your point, Weege, it's probably 6 blown out ruts and 2 good ruts.
That's right.
If I had to guess.
That's
Rarely do you see 6 good ruts. So.
Yeah, so they'll point out, there's like 12 lines in that corner, but they're not all good ones.
And the thing about it, especially at this level in the Pro Sport class, most of the guys are taking the preferred line and the best rut. They have really good sense of which line is the best and which line is the fastest. They can kind of feel that. And so if you venture off too far, more than likely you're going to lose time.
Watching Jet Reynolds trying to make up for lost time here. Now he's off the track. He's just trying to find room to make passes. He crashed while running in second and trying to take the lead. We've got him in about 9th place right now.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Jet Reynolds, he crashed early in the race, so the pack, the up front pack, wasn't able to pull away just yet, so he got passed by a lot of riders, so he is going to have a lot of work in front of him. Now it's just going to make it that much harder for the rest of his 2 races as well. So, all these races count, and it's really tough.
That's so important because each piece of the puzzle is the most important piece. You're talking about all 3 motos. Let me tell you, you mess up the one moto, you take yourself out, you don't recover, guess what? Game over, Ricky. You know it as well. Your mom told me one time, forget 20 minutes. If you can't come here and do 30, save Grandpa's money.
That's right.
Okay, save Uncle Joe's fund, okay?
Good stuff from Jet Reynolds trying to move forward here and recover. Didn't have a good start in his moto yesterday. I saw him probably about 17th, 18th. He got up to about 7th at the end of the first lap. Fairly good salvage job. Ended up 4th in the moto. This time he had the good start, now a crash, so he's having to salvage again. Caden Amarine is actually taking the 2nd place spot away from Hunter Yoder. 72, Luca Marsalisi. That's one of Megawatt's faves out here.
Absolutely. Love the hit, man. The kid got heart, never gets a start. Mike LaRocco style. Gets it done from behind, okay, every week. Puts himself in the hole. We know it. We acknowledge it. But that's part of it. You mentioned the salvages. Rodney, we talked about it yesterday. I got to tell you, Goat, a dozen kids showed me a bunch yesterday. Didn't get that start. Knew had to have a 5 or better if we're going to save this thing. And let me tell you, come from outside the 20s a couple times, in mid-20s, and salvaged it. Did the work, put in the time, understood the importance of it.
Yeah, salvage is what you got to do sometimes. It's certainly not in the position that you want to be because there's so much talent out here. But I will say, when you have a rough first moto or challenging first moto, it really puts you on your heels in a must situation for the following 2 motos.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, and that's the point. Yep.
That's the tough part, and that's the challenge here on the Red Lions. If you have a lack of performance at first moto or an issue, then it's, like I said, you're in a must situation, and there's no more gimmies after that.
That's it. Hey, I'm going to hand the mic off to this guy. Let me tell you something. Oh, epic performance, man. I got to tell you, thing of beauty yesterday, and I got to tell you, I had more fun watching today's ride. Jeff Emick, Fro Daddy, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm going to interrupt. We got a battle for the lead. Caden Amarine is catching Levi Kitchen for the lead.
Yeah, he just, Kitchen, his last lap around was a 2:04, which he turned a 1:56 or 1:54 or something the lap before.
Earlier, yeah.
So definitely something happened, and that's going to allow him to. Now, as I understand, I didn't watch Kitchen's race, or this race yesterday that Kitchen was in, and I understood he dropped it a couple times. So
that's what he said. Yep.
If you look at he might have made a mistake. It seems like he's been prone to do that in a couple of these races, but...
Well, Jeff Emick, you were just out there. Everyone I've talked to at the podium, for the most part, has been remarking of how slick the track is, and that's leading to mistakes.
I thought it was pretty easy. I don't know what everybody's...
all right, here we go.
Honestly, don't know what everybody's talking about.
It's perfect.
Dude, this track is so gnarly, and these guys right now, these are the best amateurs in the world, and that these guys that are rider in seconds at a 58, that tells you the track is so tough because the lines out of the turns, the ruts are so deep and they keep going. So the technique that it takes and the strength and everything, and then you get into some lap riders, I'm telling you, this track is not easy.
Caden Amarine has taken second from Hymas, caught Kitchen when Kitchen made the mistake. There's Hymas on the 86 green Kawasaki trying to get Amarine back. So, yeah, we've seen more mistakes, just tip-over type crashes in the last couple of motos that we probably saw all day yesterday.
Well, in these ruts, they're very sticky, and they grab the side knobbies of your tires, they'll grab your foot pegs, and they'll pull you down if you don't have the right balance and proper core technique. And that's what you're seeing there. These guys are pushing the limits, and mistakes are made. Sometimes when you're overriding the bike, and all it takes is just one little slip-up. We saw that from Jet Reynolds.
Well, and Ricky, when you ride... So these guys can ride at the pace of their team guys on whether it's team, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team or the Star Racing Yamaha team. These guys train with those guys. The difficult thing is that these guys have so much pace, but then riding a track that shapes up different because of the amateur racing, right? You got 65s out there, you got vet classes like me, you got women's races, and so the track shapes up differently, and you have to acclimate your brain because you want to charge, but all of a sudden you have braking bumps, like you have 40 feet more braking bumps than what you think you should.
Yeah.
But you have to ride the track as it is. That just because you want to do that doesn't mean that that's it. So that, I think, especially one of the biggest challenges for our pro sport is being able to dial it back a little bit.
That is good stuff. That's why we have one of the all-time greats up here, Emmett, bringing us some real analysis.
Well, don't forget, Ricky. Hey, Ricky knocked down a plus 25 championship here a few years ago, so let's don't overlook
has
that.
something on the resume.
That was 9 years ago.
He knows what he's talking about.
Seems like Esther, well, the track is a little bit different, and certainly the track has changed from when Jeff and I raced here as amateurs. Completely different. The dirt is different. They brought a lot of sand in here. I personally feel and felt like when I raced here in 2012 that the track was much rougher than the days that I remember racing here as a proper amateur.
Yeah, but the problem, what makes this class, and you're looking at the best amateurs in the world slipping out, making a mistake, foot off here or there. There's so much pressure on these kids because there is a pro career and contracts on the line. And they've put so much work into it. The families, the support group, everybody have put so much work into it. And these young men out there, I mean, look at that. Look at the names that are just inside the top 10. These are bad dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
look
they're all wanting a pro career, and this is that sort of last step, the last proving ground.
Yeah, you can see all top 7 riders under that 2-minute lap time. That just shows you the parity and how competitive, to Jeff's point, that these guys are, and every little bit counts. And make no mistake about it, these riders know that the manufacturers, the bosses from the manufacturers are here watching them and basically grading them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, look, so you guys watch my race, right? The 45. I did 1 2-minute lap time. These guys inside the top 10 are doing 2 minutes. These guys should be like 5-6 seconds faster. Okay? So that tells you how much the track is slowed down. You know what I mean?
In like an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's gotten so much rougher. The corners, like to Jeff's point when he was saying a little bit earlier, you come out of these corners, there's a lot of acceleration bumps. The ruts are very, very long. And you've had, 4 motos since you were on the track. So a lot of motorcycles have made it a lot rougher. But hey, this is what these guys, the next step for them in their career is going to be faced with these conditions every single weekend. So this is not only great experience for their future.
Look at the battle we have for 6th and 7th.
Yeah, I'll run it down real quick. Kitchen has stabilized it up front. Chance Hymas has gotten back around Amorine. He's 3rd. Then you're watching the Yoder and Austin Black battle for 4th and 5th. Jet Reynolds right behind them. And Reynolds dealing with pressure from Preston Kilroy. And then Kessler, Park, and Marcellisi right there, too.
Reynolds and Kilroy, these are bad dudes.
Yeah, they're fast.
They are incredible. And they got to slug it out for 6th and 7th.
I know.
The depth of field here in the pro sport is pretty impressive.
Yeah, you just got to think, too, Jet Reynolds is just kicking himself because you see the lap times, and when you're running the same lap times as your competition and you spot them a few seconds from a simple mistake, you can't make up time. It's so hard to make up time when you run the same laps as the guys in front of you.
And the thing is, it's self-inflicted. Okay,
It
was mental, a judgment thing, it's self-inflicted, and you're not going to make time on a guy that's running the same speed.
And we're 7 laps in. They're probably going to be. They're going to do 11 laps, maybe eke out 11, or probably 10. Definitely 10 laps.
10. I don't know.
So
about
we're
11,
getting
we'll
into it.
Yep.
And our lead group has gotten into some lapped riders, and trust me, you get into the riders that are struggling out there. Try to put this delicately. They're hitting every bump, and you're trying to come through. And the difficult thing here is you get locked into a line, and it lasts for a while. It lasts like 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, right?
Right.
And so if you make a bad decision, like I did, it costs you. And if you got somebody that's there that's pressing and they make the right decision, that's when you give up the spot.
Trying to watch the battle out our window to see that Austin Black, Hunter Yoder, Jet Reynolds, Preston Kilroy. That's the closest on the track. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah, Kilroy actually won the Moto yesterday. Kitchen took the checker flag first. He was actually penalized 2 spots for jumping with a red cross flag out. Kilroy finished second, was credited with the win. Now he's running in 7th place. So things change in a hurry at this level. But he's fighting to try to get Reynolds. And they're right behind Yoder and Black. He might be able to salvage a 4th by the time this one is over.
Yeah, and this is the point where the fitness really kicks in, right? This is where, okay, the body's screaming, legs are hurting, forearms are a little pumped, but you have to push through that. And you can make up a lot of time at the end of the moto if somebody starts slipping and you're still strong.
And that's such a great feeling when you know you're in better shape than your competitors, and you can see them in front of you. You can see their body language. They're sitting down, not standing where they need to, and you're like, okay,
I vaguely
got this
remember
guy.
that. It's been about 21 years since I felt that way. So
2 to go, and Kilroy did it. He got through all 3. Kilroy on the Suzuki passed Black, Reynolds, and Yoder the last time around, and with 2 to go, he has put himself into 4th, salvaging some serious points.
You know, I had a talk with Jamie Ellis from Twisted Development yesterday. He builds the engines and stuff for that team that Kilroy's on. And the comment that he said, wait till you see Preston and what he does at the end of the races. Wow. He says the kid goes all the way to the checkered flag. He does not give
Look
up.
at his last
right
lap
now.
time, 1:55. I mean, that is a respectable time. Yeah, that's his best lap
of the moto on the 8th lap.
That is sporty.
I'm not even going 8 laps this week, and I was tired. He's already passed that mark and still crushing it. Well,
Ricky, you got some other activities going on today. I know you're going to do a couple laps today. You're going to start at the cool down zone. You're going to start over there. You're going to put a couple laps in. And you're here as a premier Monster athlete this week, you know, representing the Monster Army. They've been so supportive of you over the years, been a cornerstone of your program, man.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And I want to encourage everybody to come around. And then, of course, the dude you are, the guy that, you know, we talked about dealership commitments and stuff over the years. This guy turned into one of the best at dealership autograph signing committee. He hated him at the beginning of his career.
Don't pump up his ego anymore.
Come on, man.
Well, I learned from the best. I learned from my good buddy Jeff Emig, and I'm a lot older now. I appreciate it a lot more, and I have a good time. I enjoy it. So yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of riding, and then we got an autograph signing at the Cometic Gasket Tent, 2 o'clock. So make sure you line up. Come, love to sign some autographs and meet some fans. But yeah, looking forward to it. Glad to be here at Loretta Lynn's and helping out Monster. Love them. They've been, like you said, a great supporter of my career after racing as well.
Sir.
And I really hold them dear to my heart, and glad to help the brand.
Do you have a favorite Monster Energy flavor that you like?
I've been into the rehab. I've been to the rehabs lately.
So rehab, and they got like
lemonade tea.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Which flavor?
Tea one?
The rehab lemonade tea.
I love
lemonade tea. Do you like the peach tea one?
No, just lemonade tea.
Lemonade tea.
You like the
From the
0-0?
I like going with
zero sugar?
Zero?
I like going with the peach.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm not scared of their Java either. You know, they got the coffee ones are really good.
Doesn't it have like?
Matter of fact, I just got a shipment of some Monster
Monster
product.
We apologize. We're getting a little bit lost here, but our monitor here has been cutting in and out.
It's back
So we're on
in
lap
now.
9. We still have a little over a minute. Looks like Kitchen's still out front. Hyma's back at the second.
And you can see the lap times. Kitchen has consistently been in 157, 156, 150, like 56 to 58 range, just knocking him down. He's got a clear track other than the lapper, so that certainly helps with putting in good laps.
Yeah, he's just been pretty strong. I've seen him on the West Coast a bunch, training with that Monster Energy Yamaha team, and I think that this really is the fruits of those decisions that Bobby Regan and everyone that runs that team, how they've connected amateur racing to their professional team. Of course, they've got a 450 team now, so all the way from, let's say, 250 B class, Ricky, all the way to a 450 winner.
Yeah, certainly. That Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha team, they are on to something. Their performance speaks for themselves. They're winning both the 250 Regional Supercross Championships and are in a really good position to win the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship with Justin Cooper in the 250 class and, of course, Dylan Ferrandis in the 450 class. Aaron Plessinger also, you can see just how well he's done this year, Supercross and Motocross. There's the rundown.
Yeah, we kind of missed that checkered flag.
Yeah.
You were total amateur hour up here.
You were talking like
with us.
normal. You were talking.
We'll let you take it over here.
You guys are doing a great job. And as you said, Checker Flag has flown on this one. Reach made his way down to the podium. Levi Kitchen, stellar performance. We talked about Chance Hyman's in the effort there. Timed by Caden Amron late in the race. Jet Reynolds shooting himself in the foot a couple times. But hey, a couple more shots at it. We're not done with it just yet. Fro Daddy, appreciate it. RC, we're going to send it down.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you, man. Always a privilege. Going to send it back down to Weege right now. He's going to let these guys get set up down there, and I can't wait to hear what Levi and Chance and Caden have to say about this one.
Well, who also couldn't wait was the Monster Star Yamaha team, as we have seen all week. Immediately, they're breaking down line choice, they're breaking down bike setup with their guy, Levi Kitchen, just like we saw yesterday, just like we saw in Schoolboy 2 about an hour ago with their other rider, Nicholas Romano. And don't forget, Matt LeBlanc is part of this team as well. He was out injured this year, but he's a bad dude as well. He's down here hanging out with them. Also got the cast on his left arm. So you all know the kind of damage Star Racing is doing at the pro level. And guess what? They've got a whole bunch of horses in the stable ready for the future. We'll try to talk to Levi Kitchen if we can break him away from his team. All right, we're getting Levi Kitchen ready. He's got some podium gogs. He's got a monster towel. And this time he's got a gold that I think he'll hold on to. Yesterday, if you were here, Levi did win the Moto, but he ended up taking a 2-position penalty, ended up third. He was the fastest guy then. He's the fastest guy now. He's got the gold medal. Let's hear it for Levi Kitchen. Hey, so we had a Schoolboy Moto where like everybody crashed at some point, like at a half hour ago. What is the track like right now?
It's weird, man. Like, the base is the slickest I've ever seen it. So, you know, you try to push, and you know, like, we're trying to shorten the track basically, and like, you know, come in wide and cut across. And when you do that, you know, with the base being this slick, it's like everybody's just losing the front end, and that's what I just keep doing. But yeah, that moto can't make it easy on myself. Got a decent start and made a couple quick passes, and then I ended up falling again and got back up. And then I got a little tight because I was a little nervous. And the last 2 laps I felt great. I started doing some stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Yeah, it was a good race.
All right, Levi, we'll let you thank these people that got you up here.
Oh yeah, my mom, dad, my sister, my mechanic Connor. I think we shut off.
Who knows?
The whole Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha team, Bell 100%, Thor, Alpine Star, Rhino Power, Ethica, FMF. Man, just everybody, Trainer Swanee, everybody helping me out, the whole team. Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, this time he's got the gold. Let's hear it for Levi Kitchen. That's good stuff. Second place, I believe, was Chance Hymas. Nice bounce back after a tough start to his week yesterday. Those first motos, you never know. The random gate pick makes it really hard for everyone to get the start they're hoping to get. He was a little better in the first moto of this class. So let's get Chance Hymas on up here. First chance we've had to talk to him this week on the podium. Caden Amaron, great performance. Even put some pressure on Kitchen for a while for the lead once Levi made a mistake. So Amaron in the 32, we'll have a lot to talk about from third. And we'll also get Austin Black up here to talk Whole Shot Award. But right now, it's the rider formerly known as Super Chunk, but he's a lean, mean racing machine these days, and he's got himself a silver medal. Coming up, let's hear it for Chance Hymas. Well, I'm sure yesterday's moto wasn't exactly what you want. How hard is it to not let it start spiraling that direction? Because this is a good bounce back here.
Yeah, I just had to have my own thoughts to myself, really, just get my head where it needed to be. But I felt like I bounced back that moto, made a couple mistakes, and ended up crashing the second lap. But I feel like if I can clean up most of the mistakes, I can be up front. But it felt good to be running their pace up front instead of being back in the pack.
Yeah, sure. Did you just turn 16? You're pretty young for this class, right?
Yeah, I'm 16.
Yeah. So a long way to go, learning every time. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, everyone at Monster Energy, Team Green Kawasaki, Pro Circuit, Fly, Scott, Alpine Star, Pod, Armex, Troll Training, John Wessling, Jake Weimer for all their help. And everyone else, thank you.
There it is. Chance Hymas taking second place in Pro Sport. Caden Amaron finished third in this one on the number 32. So we will invite him up to the stage, the Yamaha rider. All right, we see him headed on up. And Austin Black, if you're around, we do have a Stasic Hole Shot Award for Austin Black with the number 55. But Austin Black, hey, let's do it. Stasic Hole Shot Award. He's been battling every lap of these motos. Flip that over. I got it upside down. There you go. Let's hear it for Austin Black with the Stasic Hole Shot. Dude, you're in a battle, I felt like, the whole time.
Oh, dude, I just couldn't catch a break. I got off to an amazing start. My AMT motor and my Dunlop tires hooked up awesome off the start. Pulled an awesome hole shot, and coming out of Storyland, I cased the triple and my bike stalled. And I had my work to make up from there, and me and Kilroy together, and we ended up going down over there again. And it was just a battle the whole time, just a big old dogfight. I'm happy with my riding. I feel like I should be up here every time, but it is what it is, and good job to everybody else.
You want to thank anybody else?
Yeah, AEO, Research Engineering, Suspension, EMT, Dunlop, Fly Racing, CC, my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, my mechanic, Jay Whipple, Brock Tickle, everybody else, thank you so much.
There it is, Austin Black, Stasic Hole Shot Award. Thank you, Austin. Grab that little one right there. And come on up, Caden Amaron. Great run for him. I feel like this is the Caden Amaron story every year. Always showing he can mix it up with the big names, top players, getting it done. Bronze medal, Caden Amaron. Hey, for a minute you were making a bid for the lead there. It's a pretty good ride.
Oh yeah, it was a lot better ride than yesterday. I was got to a great start. My EBR Performance motor and my Dunlop tires hooked up great off the line, and was able to come around second behind Black and just try to ride smart and ride hard up there. These guys are fast, and a couple front guys made little mistakes, which made it a little easy on me, but I was able to get up front for a little bit, so that was good, and Levi and Chance got around me, but still really happy with the ride and ready to keep this momentum rolling.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma and grandpa, and my grandma. My grandpa's up in heaven watching me, and I'd like to thank my girlfriend Sam and my mechanic Trey. He's really working his butt off out there, and my sister and her fiance, and Dunlop Tires, Monster, Robbie Raynard, Ashley, Answer, Arai, 100%, my boy Justin Bogle, VP Racing Fuels, Tucker, EBS. That's it.
All right, Caden Amaron, bronze medal in Pro Sport. And that'll do.